Again, every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look social media, it is problem. Eh? When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oru, I am a royal rucha. You understand? Till Biafra come. But today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, they close border. They close the border. ESN came out automatically, you know, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work, oh. This close of border no work, oh. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. We use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Thomas. Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. Here we hear more. In Anubia, you hear more kind of man. Woo! When we are telling you, you don't know, no, we are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle, from the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey! Woo! I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria so that we will tell them, the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek gods. I don't know, you know, of course we don't read all those things in Africa. The history of the Greek gods. Medusas. Medusa, they say Medusa is she look at when you look at Medusa, you turn into she will dry you and you become stone.
Lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke na de ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke na kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site gosi wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensu bụ zoo Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke na de ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke na kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga
known as immortals. Because of their sacrifice, Biafra will come. And there is nothing any idiot can do about it. Britain, I'm a British citizen, a British passport holder, I prefer to say. But I'm telling you here now with every ounce of confidence that Britain cannot even stop Biafra.
That's right.
Nobody can. The only thing that can stop Biafra is your fear. Hold up.
Is a question. Why is it that the Europeans are afraid of other countries within Africa, may follow up the breakup of Nigeria, and they would want to break up and form their own country? I want you people to ask yourself, why are they thinking like this? Because I have come across a lot of arguments where somebody will say, okay, they want to maintain Nigeria so that, because they are afraid. According to them, during the 1967-1970 Biafra, the issue was that if Biafra, succeeded in breaking away from Nigeria, other African countries will want to follow suit. Now, I ask again, why are they afraid of that? My people, it is not about natural resources. Some people say they are afraid to lose natural resources. It is not afraid to lose natural resources. No. Of course, business is part of it. Business is part of it, which natural resources is also one of the factors. But this is not the issue. The issue here is not about the natural resources. Because anyhow, they are still going to have access to these natural resources. Somehow, they are going to have access to it. But it is not about natural resources. Well, so when natural resources is one compelling factor, but we should go beyond natural resources. It is time we begin to think beyond natural resources. It is not about natural resources. They are afraid of the economic power that will come from Africa when Africa divide along tribal line. Because, you see, they know, they are afraid for you to know what they know. So it is not about natural resources. If you are thinking that it is because of natural resources, my brother, somehow you are right, but you are not right completely. You are getting the main point very wrong.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everybody who have joined us. And I thank you for being part of this program. Wherever you are watching from, like and share the program. Make sure you invite somebody to join us. And let us have a very quick one. We have fundraising today. So we are not going to take much of your time. We are going to be as fast as possible on this program. It's not going to last too long. And we will take our rest and join the fundraising when it's going to start. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that the stage is set. Every one of us have seen the Betrayal of the Finnish government to our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. It is obvious that the Finnish government have sold their conscience and they have betrayed our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. But we will not remain in lamenting. We cannot continue to cry, but have to re-strategize and think of the next thing to do. No matter what they do, they cannot stop us from having our freedom. And as we have always said, our freedom is in the hand of Chukwu Gabiam. No man has that absolute authority over our freedom. No man can take decision or direct us what we will do or how we'll do it. No man will claim that he or her has the power to decide our fate. Only Chukwu Gabiam has that authority to take that decision. And Chukwu Gabiam, in His infinite mercy, has given us that opportunity to make the choice and be whom we are supposed to be. So no matter what the enemies are planning, no matter what the enemies are saying, no matter their propaganda and their blackmail, no matter the attacks they will bring to us, we shall overcome them. We are not going to run away from the pursuit of our freedom. Their propaganda and blackmail cannot stop us. The more they try to stop us, the more they give us the reason to fight more and fight more harder. And we will continue to fight until the last man standing. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will never be forgotten. And I bet you, no matter how they try to stop him, Mazi Simon Ekpa is unstoppable. Because the assignment he has embarked on, it is not anybody that sent him. It is Chukwu who appointed him and gave him that courage to take on that assignment. And he knows the consequence of that assignment. He knows that this thing that happened today will happen. He's aware that what is happening today will happen. And he didn't run away. He's aware that the enemies are going to do everything to blackmail him, but he didn't run away. He's very much aware of what is happening today. Don't think he's not aware. He's aware. And he prepared himself very well for a time like this. Remember, he used to tell us that time is coming when we are going to know what he's made of. He used to tell us that time is coming when we will know really, truly, truly who he is. And I believe this is that time. Wherever you are, continue to pray for the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Continue to pray for him. Remember him in your daily prayers. In anything you are doing, don't forget to remember him, because he has done a lot for us and he is still prepared to do more. His presence is needed at this time. He has taken us too far to go back. And no matter what happens, every one of us must put our hand on deck to see that we'll keep that legacy that he has kept. Remember, in his message to the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, he said, keep the mandate. Mazi Simon Ekpa told every one of us to keep the mandate. So no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their propaganda, their blackmail, we must keep the mandate. Keeping that mandate is very important. Keeping the mandate is very important. You must make sure that you join and keep that mandate. It doesn't matter what you are hearing today, what you are seeing today. It doesn't matter the blackmail, the propaganda, the attack, the conspiracy, the betrayal, coming from an angle that we never expect. Even though we never trusted anybody 100%, our trust is only on Chukwu Kabiam. But to an extent, we gave some people our trust. But today we have seen betrayal, broad daylight. They sold our prime minister in the open. The Finnish authorities sold our prime minister in the open without missing word. They didn't hide it for their economic gain. And I bet you that economic gain they want to make, they are going to lose it. They are definitely going to lose it. And there's no two ways about it. And their own case is going to be worse because they know the issue of Biafra. They know what we have gone through. They know what we have passed through. And they decide to do another part. And our prime minister informed them beforehand. It's not as if they were taken unaware. Every single thing that the prime minister did, they are aware. They are very much aware. And we must not pretend that all is well. All is not well. Every one of us must rise up now and give all our support to the United States of Biafra under the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabweze. The ball is now in our court. It is we that will make Biafra what we want it to be. It does not matter what enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It is you and I that will make Biafra what we want it to be. Every one of us have to rise up now. Remember, today is fundraising. Whatever support you can give to the United States of Biafra, it is now. Don't wait till tomorrow. If you don't do it, nobody can do it for you. Prepare for that war. Prepare for that battle. The battleground is ready and the battle line has been drawn. Maybe before you think there is somebody supporting you or somebody standing for you or somebody who is going to do it for you. But now it is very, very clear that only the Biafrans can save themselves. Today, it is much more clearer than ever that only the Biafran people can save themselves. No man or woman can save them. If you think there's a Messiah that is coming from somewhere to save you, there's none. Only Chukwu Kabiama, who liveth in heaven, will change our situation. And when he does, nobody can stand against it. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, it is a very terrible time. We have to air our opinion, and our worries are understandable. But at the same time, we should never give up. As the discussion of the betrayal of Finland is going on, I'm going to share with you another program that was held based on this betrayal, and you can hear what the Biafran people are saying. I want you to hear the voice of the Biafrans, the opinion of Biafrans, what they are saying about this heavy betrayal. Please watch this program from the beginning to the end and share it to anybody. Make sure you share it to any platform you belong. Click like on the program, like it and share. You know that they don't want us to speak. They don't want us to talk. But we must continue and we must talk. The only way we can talk is by you doing your own part. By sharing this video, make sure it gets to everybody. I want us to watch and hear the opinion of Biafrans as they debate and speak about the betrayal of Finland against Biafrans, against their own citizen, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Joko. It is sad, but we must continue. Let's watch.
We must continue. That's continue, we must. These people, they don't know. They don't know. They have absolutely no clue. We will continue. Mazinan Kano has laid all down on the line. In everything, he laid everything on the line. He has sacrificed everything, and we will sacrifice everything too. In due time. They don't know who we are, but they will know in due time. Where do I start from? For me, I'm not really surprised over what Finland did. I saw it coming because like that 2 years ago or so. And in fact, there's I think there was one meeting, or should I say conference or whatever, I don't know, that the PM had. And I could recall somebody raising this issue of Finland seeking membership of NATO. Yeah, I think I recall somebody raised it, but the PM then, well, obviously, what can you do? Even there's absolutely nothing anybody can do about that. But the issue was raised. But for me, on my part, I knew it back then, but I just did not know that it could come to that. But I felt that it could, and here we are today. But so I will not want to give Finland too much pass over it, because at the same time, the pressure was upon them. Maybe monetarily too was upon them. Who knows what the zoo and their agent has promised them in terms of the gas pipeline that is in the Imo state to be praised. You see? So, but at the same time, you would expect them to have their morals as a people, the Finland government. You will expect them as a people who has been there, who knows what it is, and who understand the history of Biafrans, the millions and millions of Biafrans that were massacred unjustly. They are aware of it. The history is there. And because they themselves came out of struggles like this, so one would expect them to have acted differently. But hey, they are what they are. They I guess truly, they are not people that can change. They are incapable of the word morality. They don't understand it. Especially when it comes to the blacks, the Africans. The blacks. I just generalize the blacks. They can speak it, they can pretend, but maybe sometimes here and there act as if, but when push comes to shove, they are what they are. So, but for me, I think that without having to say too much, I have to say that we are on the move. We are marching on. An average person may not quite understand it, but I can almost certainly guarantee you that we are marching on. Yet, as tough and difficult as it is or it seems, I tell you we are marching on. And we are in a different dispensation now. We're in a new dispensation, and we have to also, while we keep working, we keep pushing, and a little bit of patience and watch. We have to do stuff simultaneously. It has to go simultaneously while being patient and watching, and we'll be working and be pushing at the same time, and see what happens in about a year or two from now. If it has to come to a point where we will collectively have a resolve on what to do. Should I say, is it the case of like taking the destiny into your hand? I guess. Maybe we are there, maybe we're already there, maybe not quite. But it might, if it has to come to that, sure it will. Because one thing is for sure, we will never give in to this evil conspiracy and blackmail, global conspiracy to destroy a people of over 70 to 80 millions. You can be rest assured we will never give in to that. We will never, even if one. So we're coming. It's a marathon. It's not a race. So I just want to appeal to every Biafran, every genuine Biafran, to continue to hold on, to continue to work hard, and most importantly, to continue to support this government of Biafra led by Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. That is just my only appeal. And for those on the other side, they have to think deeply. If they ever truly wanted Biafra freedom, now it's time for them to think deeply. Even if you don't want to come on board, you can stay away and watch. Because I know of this woman, I think Madam Azuka, who was there before. But I'm pretty sure that since she left, she has not been, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen her, creating problems here and there. I don't know much about her. I don't know, but at least from on the surface, I've never come across her trying to blackmail anybody. Except if I'm wrong, well, I stand to be corrected. So, but that is what is expected of every Biafran who genuinely wants freedom. Because trust me, anything other than total freedom from Biafrans is unimaginable. Is absolutely unimaginable. So why I'm saying it is that I don't want to come and sound prophetic today, but I know that a lot is happening. It might seem bleak, it might seem harder, but I'm just trying to give that, should I say, reassurance or hope that all is not lost. We are marching on, and everything is working out. It's hard to say, but trust me, things are working out. I told you yesterday, if you remember, I said that God has a way of being always being 1,000 or 1,000,000 steps ahead of the evil ones. You remember I said it yesterday?
Yeah. So
these things, they are unfolding before our very eyes. And so Finland is a small country with limited global influence. So if the British and the zoo combine, they've been able to mount pressure on them and make them to become complicit in this evil. Because you remember that some years back, obviously, the zoo government, it is not the first that they've been making effort in the past to get this result, but it hasn't been fruitful. This same ambassador, many times, was it one Biafran politician? I'm trying to remember his name. And the zoo government, they've tried to pressure her in the past to do something.
I'm trying to find out, is this the same ambassador or a new one they just brought in?
Well, I don't know.
One. It's not the former one. It's a new one.
Thank you.
Oh, really? So they changed. Did they change the ambassador?
New one.
When was that?
The ambassador.
When?
That is what I was researching to find out and be very sure before I speak about it.
Is it this year? Is it this year?
They changed it. This year now they changed it. Then they sent new ambassador to Nigeria. And
okay.
Welcome to Portugal.
Okay. Well,
because when I was looking at through the thing, I was just searching it now. I was just wondering, is it the same woman?
But the one
about human rights and the right of man,
exactly. The one before, the one before was a woman, and the one now is also a woman.
It's a woman. So
okay.
You see, when you were speaking, you talk about people throwing away their morals and conscience. You see, when I was reading that place, when I got to this place where this woman said, he said, this is as the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Saine Selim, has said that Simon Ekpa has been hindering bilateral relationship.
Mazi, you know why? So
when
they knew.
When I read that, I begin to wonder, where did these people leave their conscience and moral? Where did they go?
But I think a deal was reached. Therefore, they had to remove, so that it doesn't appear like double speaking, sort of, because so therefore they had to. These are the role. You know, they tried to play smart for the most part, this sophisticated game. So they took the one who condemned Nigeria, the former ambassador, who told them that Simon Ekpa has not violated any law, that he's carrying out his civil human rights obligations. The former one was describing how self-defense was.
But
She was very
blunt about it. She never
exactly. And like I said, many times they tried to pressure her to do what they did now, but she stood upright. Now, eventually, they've cracked. Finland cracked. They buckled under whatever purpose best known to them. Therefore, they change her, bring a new one to speak, so that it doesn't seem like they are all over the place. That is how they roll. No, but like I was saying, if it may be wrong at all. Nothing spoiled, my dear brother. Nothing spoiled. So I'm not, how can I say? But you can be, I am just telling you that we are marching on. Biafrans should know that we are marching on. They will try everything, but no human being, no nation can stop Biafra. I am just pronouncing it. Instead, they will self-destruct. Understanding? Because the Finnish president, this guy making off in this thing, because I feel like say they with her. So Finnish president.
It's not happening with her. I think it's the right guy. Let me unmute. Let me
mute
him. Go ahead.
Yeah, Finnish president sometime last year made a public declaration that Ukraine is fighting for their freedom, fighting for their independence. But that is lie. But that is lie from a pit of hell. Do you know why I say that? Because Ukraine is a sovereign nation. They have their independence. They have their everything. They run their affairs. Russia is
right. It was a lie.
Putin is not the president of Ukraine. Ukraine have president, they have their national anthem, they have everything as an independent nation. But what happened is that these evil criminals, it was all in an attempt to slowly but surely dismantle and destroy Russia. So they are using Ukraine as they are using Ukraine as a proxy. It's a proxy war. They are using Ukraine to engage. So for Finnish president, whoever the guy is, to say that he's just being evil and mischievous, because those who are fighting for freedom and independence are the Biafrans. We don't have autonomy. We don't have independence. We cannot even conduct election. When the zoo government, the Nigerian government conduct election, people comes out to vote. They goes out and they changed it. They pick a puppet who, like the Uzodimas and the rest of them, they impose it or not. We are the people who are fighting for freedom and independence, not Ukraine. Heaven knows that. And this is the difference between these people and Trump, because Trump never believed in all this bull crap. He simply know the truth. And they know the truth too, but because they are evil and they can never change, what they are looking for is to create this utopia, globalist, evil entity. Nigeria was picked up. That is that global. You see, these people don't know that we know what is going on. And one thing is for sure, we will never give in. As hard as they try, we will never give in. And because we have everything on, we have the value, we have the moral on our side, we have the justification on our side, we have everything on our side. They will crumble at the end of the day, and the record will be set, and we know our enemies. We know who they are. So, my brother, let me just leave it for now. I'm still with you this morning, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Akonyo Wetere, let's hear from you, my brother. Akonyo Wetere, are you there? Akonyo Wetere, are you gone again? Unmute yourself if you're there. Okay, if you're not there, let's hear from Anderson. Anderson, let's
Good
hear
morning.
from you. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Brochus.
You're welcome.
About Brochus, it was Obi Abogum this morning. Oh, very unfortunate. And my men and us, even the way we were that now, we are like a people who are taken for slaughter. And most of our brothers are celebrating it. If what is happening now, if the Biafrans all over the world will come to their recess, for Finland to do the unexpected at the end of the whole thing should be a lesson to all these Biafrans that thought staying in another world and being there, serving the interests of those people because they're giving them a kind of citizenship right. Should know that they're not citizens of any country.
A big lesson for everybody.
This is a call for Biafrans all over the world to know that last time there was a time I came on this platform and I told you they were the most hated people in the whole world. But it is quite unfortunate that the Biafrans, some of the Biafrans themselves, are still living in a state of denial. They are living in a state of, they're in oblivion state. You are watching your enemies on daily basis, working how your race is going to be exterminated, and yet you are standing doing nothing. You felt it doesn't matter. This news and the event that took place last night in the zoo is so painful and saddening. If I would tell you that I'm happy, I should be a liar.
Nobody is, my brother.
I went to bed last night with a painful heart. And I came out this morning. I said, let me check on your channel and know what is going on. And you go ahead detailing the whole matter, reading the whole, the trash, the engagement that they had last night in Nigeria that was printed on the Vanguard News. In fact, I felt that since the whole world see that we have become a kind of a threat, even though we are the most peaceful people and peace-loving people on this earth, why can't they go and get suffer and pour on the 80 million Biafrans so that we merge and they can go on and steal what belongs to us freely, since that is their problem? They should go and get suffer and pour on us. Since it is a thing of joy to celebrate wickedness and criminality and terrorism in this 21st century. And these people, they will come out and say a different thing, but in their mind they are doing a different thing. I can't even believe that this whole world that is always saying corruption, they will tell you the African is corrupt, so person is corrupt. I want to tell us that the European world is the most corrupt group in the whole on the surface of this earth.
The most corrupt. You are right. There's no doubt about that.
And the worst is that their consciences are dead. They don't have shame. They don't feel qualm. They can go any length to achieve just what will please them, no matter how criminal, no matter how ugly it is.
Very shameless people.
But it is unfortunate and very painful if at the end of the day Finland will become a complicit. If Finland will compromise to sell someone who is so proud of them, to sell someone who has served them with the whole of his might and with the whole of his heart, to sell someone who has put in everything, who has taken his life to, in fact, and always proud. But we see that they are thinking that if they succeeded in doing all this evil, they will go scot-free with it. Because from what they are doing, it's seemingly as if they've concluded there is no God watching them, or who is that God that will challenge them. But let them be informed that if they think they can take God for mockery and go on to plan how to exterminate Biafra, they should know that Biafra was created by the one, a supreme being that nobody knows. And that supreme being is still watching what they are doing. And they should surely know that they cannot take what belongs to God scot-free, and they feel at home. The whole agenda is in the open. I am not surprised. We've known this. Somebody was saying yesterday that Trump will not help us if we do not come together. Last time if I could remember, I told you that there is nothing new about the plight of Biafrans all over the whole world. That the whole world knew about what Biafra is going through, and the whole Biafrans knew that it's a right for us to exist. But because of what God has given to us, we have not made trouble anywhere before. We are a kind of people that respect human value and knows what human rights is. Biafra is the only people that have not caused any kind of riot in the land of Biafra since the issue of time. If Biafra come out to achieve anything, definitely they are fighting for what belongs to them. We are kind of people with conscience that we don't go what did not belong to us. That is said that the Western world, for them to live and survive, they are believing that they will crush us. And they are thinking that by the time we have been exterminated, they will survive. The answer is no. They should expect that terrible things that never expect to happen, something that has never happened in the existence of man, is coming on them. They may think that let us be ranting at the end of the day, what will our statement put up to or put together? We are not the type. We are God's own children. We are living by the power of God. And if we have bowed down to worship the gods of this world, if me here speaking to you have bowed down to worship the gods of this world, then the European world and the UN that are working in cohorts against Biafrans will surely go scot-free. But if not only that they will suffer 10 times of what we have passed through, the time shall come when the generation will be raised from the surface of this earth. There are some Bible studies that makes us know that there are some people that existed before now and they are not in existence any longer. And then they are aware of it because they brought us Christianity. So all this is a kind of shenanigans to chain us and to put us into the shackles of the wicked ones. It doesn't surprise me because I knew quite right. The Bible makes us know that, like last time I said, we are not fighting ordinary flesh, but we are fighting powers and principalities and the evil forces in the high places. And who are those evil forces? They are the European world. They are in the United Nations. Look at the shameful and shameless statements that are put in. When did Nigeria and Algeria start having any relationship? Until now. Because the whole world is out. They failed in 1967 to exterminate us when they came with the agenda to exterminate this race so that they can take what belongs to us shamelessly. And they think that if they take what belongs to us, it's going to give them any peace of mind. As soon as they came out with this plan, and as soon as they're making steps to make us a kind of a slave for what we have, I bet them they should go and mark it. Today is the 25th day of the month of January in the year 2025. From the day as they've made this step, if they don't retrace themselves, they will never, the kind of pain and sorrow and misery that will come their way, in fact, will be the type that the world have never seen before. You see the earthquake happening around the world? It's a little thing to what they are going to see that will come down on them. If they think we cannot do anything, they should go back and think twice. And by the time we are coming out, please, I am begging that, please, every Biafran that is up to do all over the world should see this as a very big challenge to the Biafrans. Whatsoever that is your opinion, if you have been standing far, or if you have been sitting on the fence and thinking that it does not matter, what took place last night and what these people are planning should matter to you right now. Whatsoever you can offer, anything you have, please, this is time to stake it. We're not going to fight alone, but humanly, we're going to stand in the front. Then watch how God is going to destroy the wicked ones and the enemies. I'm not losing hope. I knew quite right that whatever is taking place is happening, that God will prove to the whole world again in the 21st century his glory and majesty. It has happened in the past, and when God shook the whole world stood in awesome power of his glory. So maybe they've forgotten, because we've come a long way, that God has not shown the whole world how great he is. I think the Biafran existence is going to mark a beginning of a new idea and a knowledge to the whole world, that in whatever you are doing, you should be careful and respect what God himself has created. Nobody created life. And that is why they form all this organization. Let me tell us, the UN, all of them, it's an offshoot of the Berlin Conference of 1884. From one organization to another, it is set not only because they want to do anything good for humanity. It is organized and formed for the sole reason of making sure that they destroy the Biafrans, and to make sure that the continent of Africa is being enslaved in perpetuity.
Yep.
But while they are doing all this, they should look back. How can you see an evil entity and you people are giving them credence? Credence on what? Credence on killing their masses. Credence on stealing, on destroying the people. Credence on 15 years. This is almost 15 years, nearly 15 years, that they sponsor terrorists around the north, in the northern area, crushing and killing people, and sacking people from their homes, displacing people, and even some people are not even IDP camp. If you come around the north and see how people who are normal, people who are physically fit, are going about begging for food, you will know that really that we are in a hell. And the European Union and the United Nations are the master planner of all this, orchestrated by the British government and France.
I'm coming.
Who has vowed that they will never let Africans go. Who have vowed that that the Biafrans will never see the lights of the day. But they forgot that the freedom of Biafra is going to be to their own advantage and to the peaceful existence of the whole world. Biafra freedom is going to destroy every forms of terrorism, I believe. And they are the one that will get better. Does it mean that if Biafra come, are they afraid? What are they afraid of? Did they think that we're after that natural resources that God has given to us? They should allow us go. If they want us to give them some portion of that mineral resources for free, they can take it, but they will see our ingenuity. They will know that, yes, we are not believing on all these things. God has made us a people set apart. With natural resources or not, have we not been surviving? What have we been gaining from what God gave to us since the existence of Biafra? Since more than 500 years ago. Because Biafra has been in existence for more than 500 years ago. Have we benefited anything from our natural resources before? The answer is no. But why are they not asking? How are these people surviving? Despite all this evil we're meting on them. But yet, they are growing. Even in the whole country, in the whole continent of the whole world, all over in Europe, they can see the ingenuity of our people. Is that what is giving them fear? We're not troublemaker. We don't be the terrorism. We don't believe in terrorism. We are people that give value to human lives. We are people that love peaceful coexistence. We are people that believe that from what we have, we can build or give out to those who do not have. But they should think twice. I am telling you the truth. I am saddened in this very morning, and tears rolled down my cheeks. From last night, I have not been myself. But I know when it seems as if all hope is lost, but no hope is lost yet. When it seems as if all hope is lost, the glory of God will manifest itself. We are not going to give up. This is the agenda. I have said it before now. Not fighting the enclave called Nigeria We're not fighting the estate that the Britain built. We are fighting the forces that stays in the highest places all over the whole world. That doesn't want the light to shine. But can they stop the light from shining forth? Biafra is a light, God's own light. And all that is happening is fully aware in the heavenly places. And God knows that it's going to be like this. But God is allowing this to happen so that Biafra will be a kind of a case study after all these shenanigans. Biafra will come to light. Biafra will stand tall. Biafra will rule their destiny. Biafra will be a free nation. They can go and do what's than this. And to their own mind, they will think that they can stop us from being what God has created us to be. No man can take it away. For the fact that no man can stop a pregnant woman from delivering the baby in her womb, definitely no man can stop the coming of Biafra. They can go and, squeeze us. They can kind of put us into a kind of excruciating pain and moment of sadness. But it will only last for a moment. And thereafter, they will all regret years upon years upon years, generations upon generations. We pay dearly for all this evil they've meted on us. For we have not done anything. If we have offended anybody in this whole world, please, they should come out and say that this is what Biafra has done. Then why this? Why this? Please, I beg every Biafran who is up to do. Every Biafran all over the whole world should see really, if the Finland government can at the end of the day work in collaboration with Nigeria to betray their own citizens, somebody who has served them like never before, and who love them more than anything, they should know that they are not safe anywhere they are from around the whole world. They should start doing something now to get free from the clutches of the Western world. For what they are saying is different from what they are seeing, what they are doing. Their consciences are dead. They are shameless people. They are always there for their own selfish interests. And they don't want the light to shine forth from Africa. But they cannot do anything. Please, I beg. And you people that in the top places, please, I beg you, please, do everything you can do, please, to bring the Biafrans together. Those of us who are still far away, fighting for their stomachs, fighting for what they will not live to eat, because until you have peace before you can enjoy anything you have. Until you have peace before you can enjoy whatever you are gathering. Let us seek for our home. Let us do everything possible to bring our dignity back. Let us do everything possible to make the enemies know that we are a people that God has chosen for himself. And while they are fighting us and thinking they can do anything, do you know what? Do you think what is happening in Israel? Do you think it's just a kind of another problem? Anytime you see the Biafran issue gaining ground, the British government in collaboration with the French government will set a kind of a problem between the Arab world and Israel. Because they are believing that help may come from Israel. But when they set a kind of confusion like this and put them into a serious state in a battle state, Israel will be fighting to defend her own territory, then Biafra will be left alone, because they are believing that if there's anybody that will look to Biafrans, or if anybody that will partner with Biafra and be a help to Biafrans, that it will come first from Israel. But I want to beg anybody who is of rightful human conscience all over the world and see what is happening to Biafra and keep quiet. You are not doing yourself anything good. Rather, you are causing harm for yourself. Because all of them knew that it is the height of injustice. They know that it is the height of evil against the people. If we have not known what belongs to us and you are cheating us, it will be a different thing. But you are cheating us, and we know that we knew you are cheating us, and you knew quite well that the Biafrans knew that what they are suffering is because of what they have and who they are. You are supposed to at least think like a human being. At least for some moment, be ashamed of your dealings. By the time you are cheating somebody and it's not aware, you'll be free. You will be happy. But it's not. But you cannot cheat somebody who is aware that you are cheating the person. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I still know there are some right-conscious men, even in the EU. All of them cannot be the same. But only that the evil ones are in number. But the right-conscious one from the EU and the UN and the whole world at large should not fold their arm and close their eye to the evil that they are committing against Biafrans. Because unless Biafran is free, I am telling you, they may conclude that what is that Biafran will offer that will make the world to be at peace. Unless Biafran is free, the whole world will not know peace. They can keep camouflaging, they can keep pretending, but unless Biafran is free, the whole world will not know peace. But I know that for anything that human being will do, they will do. But God will surely prove his glory. God will prove his majesty, and his power will manifest on the surface of this earth. They will know that, yes, we are God's own people. And if any other person is not serving God, or is not believing in God, or doesn't worship God in truth and in spirit, myself speaking to you here, worship God. And I know that at a time like this, anytime anything heartbroken comes around my way, the glory of God is near. I want to believe that the freedom of Biafra is near, and we can never give up. We will surely stand tall, and we are going to celebrate our victory, no matter what. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. It's a very difficult time. It's very, very disturbing, and what we are seeing is not what is expected. But whatever happens, we are not going to give up. We will never give up. This is a kind of a lesson for every one of us that is living abroad. No matter where you are living, this is a wake-up call. You must know that whatever document they give to you outside your own home country is just like a tissue paper. It's a tissue paper. It's just for a while. They can take it away at any time. Regardless your sacrifice, regardless what, as long as you are not from that very country, always strive to have your own home. Always strive to have your own place. That was why the Jews made sure that they secured a place they call home. The Jews across the world made sure that they secured their own home. Regardless the attack against them, regardless the strife and hatred against them, they made sure they have their own home. And that is what we have to do as Biafrans. Except we have our own home, we will amount to nothing. Some of us will be boasting of you have a citizenship, you have this, you have that. It doesn't make any difference. When the problem, when you need it more, when you think they're going to stand for you, that is when they're going to sell it out. As if that of Mazen Nandekana was not enough lesson. Mazen Nandekana had the citizenship of UK. In all the citizenship of UK, in broad daylight, he was kidnapped, not because he committed any crime, not because he entered Kenya illegal. He traveled to Kenya with British passport, not even with Nigerian passport. With that same passport that the British gave, he didn't go to Nigeria. He didn't travel. He traveled to another country with British passport. He didn't travel as a Nigerian. And they kidnapped him, tortured him for good 8 days against the international law, abused all his rights. They still have the guts to bring him out and take him to their own court, and they continue to try him. And the people that gave him paper as a citizen, with whom he traveled with their passport, up to today, they are still busy chasing their own mineral resources in Nigeria. They are still busy strengthening their bilateral relationship with Nigeria. Not even a sanction, not even a reprimand, not even a caution for the kidnap of somebody they made their citizen who traveled with their passport, even though he had a double citizenship, but he traveled with the British passport to Kenya, not with Nigerian passport. Look at again, the same thing is playing out. Mazi Simon Ekpa, not just an ordinary citizen. He has served the country on different areas. He served them in their military diligently, still as one of their reserve soldiers. He served them in politics, politically in the leading party, and also served as a councillor with a good record. He has no criminal record anywhere. Every single thing he has done in Finland, he has made it official. He doesn't have any secret deal. Today, that same country is selling him out for their economic interests. that same country is speaking out in broad daylight, telling you that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been hindering their bilateral relationship with the Zoological Republic, a terrorist country. It is not as if they don't know. It is not as if they don't, even if they claim they don't know by themselves, we have furnished them with more than enough documents. Mazi Simon Ekpa started furnishing them with information from the very first day he started the struggle. It's not just yesterday he was kidnapped. From the day he started this struggle, they have every detail. And there is nothing he has done that he did without their knowledge. This is the same man, a man who has a law firm in Finland, knows their law. Today, in broad daylight, they denied him and they gave him up in exchange for economic interest.
That's the truth.
Yes, my brother.
I just wanted to ask if, I don't know if it's, but I don't think it's a serious question. I mean, is there any pronouncement in form of judgment on the PM? Nothing of such. It's just that
there is nothing.
So moving forward, do you have any idea what is gonna? I don't know. Like, is he waiting trial? Or I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to.
What they have always told us up till today, as I'm speaking, is that they are still undergoing investigation. If you listen to the statement of the ambassador, he also said that Nigerian government is providing them necessary information and evidence that they needed. So they are still he's still under investigation up to this moment. They have been investigating for how many years? I don't know. And the ambassador still made mention that the Nigerian government and their DSS and whatever, they are helping them to provide evidence.
They've compromised. Finland has compromised. As simple as that.
Completely compromised.
So evidence, what about the evidence of the Nigerian government, massacre Biafran youth, dump them in the river, all those things? What about evidence? What about evidence of Nigerian military come to Biafra land and be shooting indiscriminately, burning houses? So
what about the illegal detention of Mazen Nandekano and his kidnapping in Kenya? That is an international crime. That is
exactly.
What about that?
What about people asking for referendum, peaceful referendum? Is that not constitutional right guaranteed?
I can't just understand, my brother. I can't.
Okay, Nigerian government took it out from their constitution, or it was never their but they've had referendum, plebiscite. They've had it in Nigeria, in I think Midwestern states, stuff like they had this somewhere.
Course.
So how was created. So, but now, the language Nigeria is speaking, the language Finland is speaking, and the language these evil globalists are speaking is that they will kidnap over 70 to 80 million people, and in the form of capture and force them to be in a country that they said they don't want to be, and. What is the population of Finland or even Denmark? Look at that small island, few people, less than 1 million, but they have the autonomy. So many. So when you look at this whole thing, you begin to wonder, really, this global conspiracy. There's a reason why they are doing what they are doing. But again,
this is to confirm what Shore said.
Yeah.
The conspiracy.
How about the evidence?
Every human rights abuse against the Biafrans does not amount to human rights abuse.
To the Western world.
To the Western world.
Yeah. And there's a reason. Why is that? You ask yourself, why is that? But anyway, what I was going to say also briefly is that these things we are doing, you can't emphasize the importance of it enough. Why do I say that? Someone might just say, they're online, they make blah, blah, blah. But trust me, all these things online, they live forever and ever. And as they continue to plot over our people, our children, even our children unborn, they will have something to look back to say, aha, this is where it all began. This is where how it's been going on, and this is what is happening. Because trust me, that this evil bunch of globalists who have signed up, it was maybe 2 years ago that David Cameron declared that Nigeria is an Islamic country.
Before the whole world.
So, yeah, before the whole world. And he was a foreign secretary when he said, foreign secretary or minister, whatever. Okay. So, why I'm saying this is that Chineke got one day, and it's coming, it can't even, you don't know how fast it's coming. People don't, and in the midst of it, the roots and the path shall be made straight. And in the midst of it, the truth will come out. It's coming, you can't even imagine how fast it's coming. That destruction that they've been building and they've been orchestrating and planning. They have no idea what is coming. They have absolutely no clue what is coming. Ukraine, a peaceful country. I was there. I've been to Ukraine. That had everything going for them, but because they don't want to have Russia stand as a superpower, they want to infiltrate, they want to destroy. China, the same approach they tried with China, but China was very far away because they told China that they call China reclusive regime. China told them, good, we are reclusive regime, we are third world, we are developing nation. Whatever you call it, it's fine, but please leave us the hell alone. Let us develop and grow at our own pace and be because Chinese realized that these are not people. It's like that ant. You allow ants on your body, so this is what they are. This Western world. These are not people. You don't let them in. If you do, they come in and they destroy you. Year in, year out, decade after decade, century. They are giving aid to Africa. They are giving money. They are giving that. But the poorer it gets, the poorer it becomes. You ask yourself, what kind of help is that? Yeah, that is what the Burkina Faso
will keep you poorer. A help that will keep you poorer.
Exactly. That is what. Yeah, that is what the Burkina Faso guy said. That we've been receiving this aid for more than 60 years, and the poorer we become. What does that mean? So leave us alone. If we're gonna swim, let's swim. If not, let's drown. Leave us alone. These are people you have to cut off completely because they have absolutely not, especially when it comes to black race. I am telling you, these are sworn enemies. These are people who decided that they will be at the bottom of all races. I keep saying that, So nothing good can ever come. Absolutely nothing. Can you imagine that France, the electricity to power France and power some of these European countries, we are getting it from Mali, Niger, and the rest of them. But where they are getting it, they don't have constant electricity supply. And you are not ashamed to even say, okay, let us power these people so that they will have electricity. No development.
If you go to Niger Republic, you will share tears.
Yeah.
What you call poverty in Nigeria is not even poverty. When you go to Niger Republic,
I've been there. Niamey. Yeah, the capital. Yeah. I've been all over the place. So, but you ask yourself, who are these people? Are they really, or they are just Neanderthal? I was Googling Neanderthal, their characteristics. You begin to wonder, ndị abụrụ mmadụ, Chineke mere mebere. Ọ dị ka ekwensu anụ Chineke chụpụ n'ala eze. Ndị anụ a. But what is also funny is that they know how to at least take care of their own people to an extent, but it's just you whom they see as opposite, yeah? You that they see as their natural opponent or whatever. They want to keep you perpetually in bondage. This is what they do. Then they use the people among you to perpetuate it. Like what they've done. Because you know that what makes it, like we always say, that the coming of Biafra, that is not if, it's just when. But trust me, it's going to be like a camel going through the eyes of a needle, because you can see the level of conspiracy, global conspiracy. So what they came and can you, even in that meeting, I think I saw Bianca Ojukwu in that meeting. Was she there? I saw somebody like that.
Of course, she's gonna be there. She's the foreign affairs minister.
Exactly. So you see the whole situation. When we use that word, a camel going through the eyes of a needle. This is what it meant. That your own people will be conspiring with enemies, and they know what it's all about. How can they claim ignorant? How can they claim they don't know? When as we speak currently, the Yorubas, they are battling the Islam Sharia insurgency. As we speak now, or in Ekiti State, they've already created a commission for it, working on issues. So slowly, this is how they want to spray it all over the place, because they want the entire Nigeria to become Islamic Sharia country. You ask yourself, who does that? That over 200 and something million people, like I always say, because if Nigeria is 200 and something million, for example, now obviously, you have Muslim, you have Christian, and you have traditional believers who are neither of the two, right? So how are you going to impose this Islamism upon the people? Is it through using terrorism like they are doing? Is it through legislation like they are pushing also? Then is it through infiltration, planting the willing tools like the Hopus or the Mars and the rest of the politicians? So this is so that makes it all the more difficult and complicated, but no, it's not insurmountable, because I know that, like I've been saying that, I keep saying that it's like a camel going through the eyes of a needle. Only God, with our effort, He will complement it. I've never been in doubt that Biafra it will come. It's not if, but when. No matter how hard they try, and destruction is coming upon those standing against it. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming, because every plan they've put in place, there's always opposition to that too. And you wonder, how does that happen? That they always, hit a brick wall with all their evil plan. It has to be nothing other than God Himself, who is always there to make them hit a brick wall. 2 good times, they tried to take out Trump. I'm telling you the truth. Having unleashed COVID to destroy and destabilize his government. COVID was cooked up. It was cooked up.
Even the second time, they tried to do it again the second time. Huh?
Yeah.
They tried to bring it back. He told them, wait, that he doesn't care about that.
Exactly. So for him to have turned his head when the bullet was aimed at his brain, God moved his head and he pierced through his ear, and blood splashed. This was late last year, until this day as we speak. Because when I saw these things, my mind was that, could this be staged? Could it be a stage act? But till this day, they've not been able to prove me wrong to say that it was staged by Trump and his court. So this was real. That they tried to take him out, having tried to take him out from the second term, the initial in 2016 to 20. And they cooked up COVID. It was that COVID. COVID was one of the things that destabilized his government. People were disillusioned with his government, and he lost. Okay, maybe rigged, I don't know, but somehow we knew how it played out. In 2020, when I came to the city that I am now, in 2020, it affected his government so badly, and this is a part of the plan, because they are not. He doesn't go with the flow. And God can use anybody. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be whatever. God chooses whom He chooses to use. He's not in agreement with that. He has spoken about the destruction they brought to Ukraine. That would not have happened, because there's no reason for it to have happened. Russia allowed these people to have they break away Soviet Union. They have their independence as a country. Absolutely nothing. But it's not enough for these people, because they're never. It's never enough for them.
There was an agreement that they will not join NATO.
Exactly, but they negate on it.
Who's looking for trouble?
Oh, exactly. And what they did? So it's like these people, they're always trying to do to people what they don't want somebody to do to them. When Cuba tried to have, they had some issue back then. We were young, so they resisted it, and Russia stayed back, right? So, but now they want to use Ukraine so that when Ukraine join them, NATO, because that is their plan, then they will now come and mount their missiles right at the doorstep of Russia. Who is going to accept that? But this shameless Finnish government saying that broadcasting that Ukraine is fighting for their freedom and independence. That is the most shameful or shameless statement.
That's the kind of freedom they support.
Yeah, exactly. So you see you must begin to wonder, these people, who are they? Who are these people? Soulless? Are they soulless? Are they really human? Is there anything in these people? Because I cannot, for life of me, figure out who these people are to behave in this manner. A country that has its sovereignty, has its independence, run their affairs as they deem fit. You say they are fighting for independence and freedom. But it's you that provoke Russia. It's you that you have destroyed Russia the first time, the Soviet Union, and you are still pushing further to destroy Russia. That is what it's all about. Because they see Putin as a guy who is able to organize his country. And I have a godfather growing up who studied in Russia back in the early days. He said that one thing with them, that obviously they don't believe in meddling, There's no country in Africa where you see Russia come and colonize and exploit or enslave or anything. No. And that when you come there, you study wherever, they allow you, if you want to go, they ask you, go and develop your country, go and develop your people. For everybody, and that is the same mindset that Trump runs. And also, when I say, it's not like he's a perfect human being. Far from it. He can be whatever he wants, whether brutal, racist, whatever. I don't care. But I'm just telling you that this is a guy who is not in cahoot with this evil globalist. That is why. And watch out for what is coming, because he just came. He just began now. You will see what is coming.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let us hear from Greg. Let's allow Greg to talk. My brother Greg, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, my brother Chus. Thank you, brother Christian. And Chus, we thank you for this opportunity again this morning.
You're welcome.
We will continue fighting as human beings. The rest battle is of God.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So coming to this thing this morning, you put Finland had become another Kenya. For me, as a man living in Europe, I'm not surprised. If I tell you I'm surprised, that means I have not been more than 10 or 15 years in Europe. But any person that lived here, that had lived in Europe or Western world, is saying that what Finland is doing today is a surprise to him, then that person is not telling himself the truth. Number one is just have a problem with any of them. If any of them call police and tell police any complaint, that thing his brother tell him is what he will act on. If you are having any problem with any of them, that thing their brother tell them, that is the only witness they will take. Any other thing you are saying is lie. As long as you are with this color, as long as you're a black man. So once their person speak, that thing their person speak is what they believe. Let me give an example. With this ex-wife of our PM that came last 2 days or 3 days to make a statement. What happened there is the organ carrier and the so-called lobbyists has spoken to this woman. And anything this lobbyist tell this woman is what that woman is acting on. Because he is a white person. So, and they will not give you a chance to explain yourself. As long as that white person tell them whatever, that is what they will believe. Any other thing you like to say from here to Nigeria, they will not listen to you. Because what their brother or their sister or their person tells them is what they will believe. So coming to our PM, they are detained in Finland. All this while, Finland know the truth, because before PM come out fully to fight for this Biafra, he went to their what do you call them? The kind of Senate, the lawmakers.
Of course,
With
he did.
every document, and he tabled everything to them. He went to the Finland president, the former Finland prime minister president. He tabled everything to him.
Yes. Before
the new elected one, when this new one came, he went and told him everything. So, but because they have interest, for them, their interest is first. That's why I prefer Trump. When people are talking about Trump, I'm not saying supporting Trump because Trump will come and give us Biafra automatic. No. I am supporting Trump because Trump, if Trump hates you, he will tell you, I hate you.
Simple.
And you know who you are dealing with.
He doesn't pretend about anything.
He doesn't pretend about it. And if he likes you, he will tell you, I like you, you're a good man. That's how he feels. But these Europe people, they will smile with you and stab you.
Mm.
I'm telling you the fact. And if our PM did not understand it for a long time, then he have not understand the people he's living with. That is the fact. They can never stand with you. That's why I continue calling on Biafrans all over the world. Those things, as na no fewe ebe dinta me baba ya atagato. And that's going to rule ka bunchi sina kama ishi ya no nite kama ekwekwere ya na dinta. So I believe what the strategy will have to do, because there is no nothing. If Finland and Europe tell me they don't know what is the problem, it means they are lying. They are not honest. They know 100% that Biafrans are being subjected. They know 100% that Simon Ekpa is not a terrorist. And he has not been killing anybody. Because if Simon is killing people, he will start killing all the Northerners that have been living in Biafra land. All the Yorubas, because if he really wants to kill people, he will say, oh, anywhere you see a Fulani man, kill him. That is when you will call him a terrorist.
Yes.
That is when he become a terrorist. But he never campaign. Instead, he will tell you, if you see a Yoruba person, a Hausa person, as long as he's not a criminal, don't harm him. Never you harm any person, any civilian, no matter who he is. That has been his word. So, but if all those terrorist armies who have come to our place to kill us, those people are the people we are fighting against. They hijack everything against us. They frustrate our families. They burn our houses. They burn our businesses. They destroy us. If Finland, we are honest with themselves, they will go and look back to this last election. I will continue talking about this last election. This last election that they killed Igbo people in Lagos and tell them to shut up. So how can some people who come to Washington, D.C. and tell somebody who came from another state and tell him, if you are in Washington, D.C., you must shut up. Don't come to Washington, D.C. and interfere in the affair of Washington, D.C. You are not from Washington, D.C. And they are calling that person an American. And then you kill him and destroy his businesses and his properties. Finland cannot say they did not know about it. The only chief of the Igbo king that spoke from that, living in that Lagos that spoke about it, they arrested him and jailed him for no reason. For somebody who say if you are an Igbo man and did not vote his candidate, he will throw you into lagoon. Nobody thought about it. The wife of the president who said the Igbos who cannot, who are living in Lagos will destroy their businesses because they don't want to marry us and they will inherit their properties in Lagos. So it's only about the Igbos' property and their businesses and their finance in every part of the world, or part of Nigeria. And the international community, the Western world, is only the interest of every interest against the Igbos and against the Biafrans. Then the Western people come in. Then what they're after is the resources that is Biafra land. So they don't care what the Biafrans are going through in Nigeria. The only after is the resources, the oil, the gas, and all the minerals they are getting from there. They don't care. So that is what is happening. So what I advise my people is not crying about what Finland is doing. What we will be talking about is those things that makes them to make all this their evil decisions against us. How do we stop them and stop Nigeria from getting it? That is what Biafra have to think now. Because if they can wicked us to take the thing that belong to us, then we must look for a way to stop them and Nigeria from getting it. Then everybody will lose. They will not get those things, and Nigeria will not get it. There is no other option. Because somebody come and take your property and use that to your finance and kill you and tell you cannot do anything. So what are we waiting for? That is my question to the Biafrans. What can we do to make sure that those oil and gas that is making them to do all those things, that they will not get it and Nigeria will not get it? That is my own advice to Biafrans until they will come onto the table, because we're not fighting for gas and on the oil. What we are fighting is the fight to survive as a race, to fight to survive as the people, that when we have property in any part of the world, those property we labor for. When we inherit our properties, not to you build a house in Lagos, they will destroy it and tell you don't come to Lagos and talk. You build in any part of Abuja, you build anywhere, they will destroy it and tell you don't talk. Don't talk. You are an able man. You are not supposed to talk here. You are not a Nigerian. They force you to do it, and Finland and the rest of the world, they see all those things and they keep quiet. So the Biafrans have to rethink. That is my own advice, and that is my own take on this very issue. Because Simon Ekpa has given Finland everything with his love. It doesn't need to somebody to tell you how Simon Ekpa loves Finland. Nobody, there's no question about it. But these people doesn't have that kind of love on him. So now Biafrans have to think. If we really want to be free, we have to think the next option. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that very amazing word you have spoken. And I just want to play this video because of one of the statements you made there. It really touched my heart. When you said about my prime minister, if he knows the attitude of Finland people, or if he doesn't know, our prime minister knows very well what is coming and the way things might be. He knows. If you have followed on that very first convention, this video I'm about to play, you see where he became emotional and he always cried. And he was showing us introducing somebody who he called his father, who has been taking bullets on his behalf. When you hear him make that comment of that, this man has been there for me, taking bullets on my behalf, and he was shedding tears. You can imagine what he has been facing in that very country. It is not that he doesn't know. He knows. He knows, but he has no choice than to fight for his people. He has no choice than to use the little opportunity he has to fight for his people and make sure that the voice of Biafra comes out. And that is one thing that so many people cannot be able to do where they are today. So many people are not bold enough to do in their own areas. So I want to play this very video for us to see that emotional period in the life of our prime minister during the last convention. When you listen to him critically, closely, you will see that it was not roses as we all think. There are difficulties, there are challenges, and he never trusted them that 100%. When he was crying in this program, he cried. He was sharing tears, and he said, when he was introducing the man who has stood for him as a godfather in that very place, and he said the man took bullet. Let's just hear it a little while before we continue.
I was taking a lot of bullets for me. Because we understand what is going on better than any other person. He has been with me since the time he met me to this point, and he believed in me. Mr. Keyo is the secretary of the UPF in Finland. Well, in the afternoon, I'm going to make an official speech which will address a lot of things. I just want to welcome every one of you to Finland. This is the man that everybody wants to crucify. God is going to use me to end Nigeria.
Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Ndane kuma kahabo. Ndi Biafra. Umu check up. Israel na Africa. Na the Gulf of Guinea. Hey, Biafra is sure. His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic. Omogin anabata in Europe. I ain't sitting no. Oh, but you're bien que Biafra. Onye Gungo, Ekpa Omo Biafra. Or try to read Biafra. Anun Kankampi. Mmejiri bago. Onye rasi no dironko. Ojena mo. Odika Kamire. Umene me Fulani. The end of Nigeria. You are the Joshua of Biafra. You are leading us to the promised land. Biafra government in exile.